Hello new mech warriors, and welcome back to our second video on factions in the BattleTech universe. This time we'll be focusing on the clans. Just like the Inner Sphere forces, there are too many clans to cover in a short video, so we'll be focusing on mostly the major forces involved in the initial clan invasion. Diamond Shark, Ghost Bear, Jade Falcon, Nova Cat, Smoke Jaguar, Steel Viper, and Wolf. Like mentioned in the previous video, there is no in-game need to pick one of these factions. Paint your models however you like. Have fun with it. BattleTech is not like a lot of other tabletop war and strategy games. There are no painting or faction-specific rules in most situations. It's not uncommon to see unique and creative paint schemes on the gaming battlefield. Before we get into the individual clans, let's perform a primer on the clans in general. In the year 2784, over 80% of the Star League Defense Force, the most powerful military force of the Inner Sphere, disappeared beyond the deep periphery. They took with them advanced military assets and some of the best scientists and philosophical thinkers of the time. This was in order to avoid the abuse of their power in the inevitable succession wars. They returned in the mid-31st century to take back the Inner Sphere in an effort they called Operation Revival. These invaders from beyond were much changed from the SLDF units which left. Split into separate forces, or clans, each represented by an animal totem, these mysterious invaders were equipped with technology far more advanced than that of the IS forces and performed combat with strange terms and expectations. The clans mostly adhere to a strict caste system, with the warrior caste considered the most important. At the top of each individual clan there is a Khan, the leader, and a Sa-Khan, the second leader. They mostly prefer ranged combat and look down on mech-to-mech physical battle. Clan members also place great value on their true-born warriors. These are genetically engineered warriors grown in what they call iron wombs rather than by traditional birth, using gene data from chosen parents to form specific traits in each individual. The freeborn members of each clan tend to be regarded as inferior. Their ultimate goal in the invasion was to retake Terra and bring order to the chaotic Inner Sphere, much like the Star League Defense Force of old. Like our previous presentation on the major forces of the Inner Sphere, we will be sticking to information mostly relevant to the clan invasion era. Formerly known as Clan Sea Fox, and now known as such again, Clan Diamond Shark is an oddity in clan society. They place a heavy importance on their merchant caste and derive their strength and power from the goods, information, and business deals they have made with or denied other clans. This is not to say they are militarily weak. They still place great importance on combat prowess, but believe in a somewhat more equality between the castes, rather than letting the warriors have full voice in clan matters. This leads, in their experience, to more diverse voices leading to more creative and successful outcomes. This also allows more movement between the castes, leading to a larger and stronger reserve of warriors. These differences put them in the crosshairs of some of their fellow clans, as they believe the way the Diamond Sharks perform their politics strays dangerously from their founder's path. Clan Diamond Shark tend to use a lot of blues and greens in their paint schemes, sticking to patterns resembling oceanic iconography. Warriors with a confirmed kill may paint a pattern of shark's teeth on their vehicle. Some common mechs seen in action for Clan Diamond Shark are Adder and Mist Lynx, Shadowcat, Stormcrow, and Nova, Mad Dog and Summoner, Warhawk, and Gargoyle. Pick this faction if the concept of superiority through business leverage rather than sheer military might appeals to you. That is not to say the Diamond Shark warriors are weak. They can go toe-to-toe with other clan warriors easily. Clan Ghost Bear finds strength in patience, biding their time and striking hard and fast when the time is right. Like most other clans, the Ghost Bears keep a somewhat strict caste system, honoring warriors above all else. but strive for all members of the clan to feel like family. This allows the lower castes to be able to vote on the most important clan decisions. This familial connection between members of Clan Ghostbear was one of the major deciding factors in moving the entirety of the clan from the clan homeworlds and settling completely in the Inner Sphere's free Rosselhog Republic. The members of Clan Ghostbear developed resource-gathering technologies such as asteroid mining techniques to bolster their forces with heavier mechs than other clans tend to have, but not advancing their own military technologies as quickly as the others. Clan Ghostbear tends to use grays, blues, and whites in winter camouflage patterns. Some common mechs seen in action for Clan Ghostbear are Firemoth and Adder, Stormcrow and Viper, Mad Dog, Summoner and Hellbringer, Executioner and Kingfisher. Pick this faction if the strategy of slow, deliberate decisions enacted by fiercely quick action and the closeness of true family appeals to you. Clan Jade Falcon are a strict and disciplined bunch. They pour great effort into keeping the lines between their castes kept, coming down hard on dissent. That is not to say there is no respect between the warrior caste and the lower castes. As long as everyone is keeping in their lane, there is a peace and respect. They believe they are the only clan keeping to their founder's original vision, believing each other clan inferior. Jade Falcon keeps a deep rivalry with Clan Wolf, stemming back to the creation of the clans themselves, when Nicholas Kerensky, the founder, chose to join Clan Wolf rather than the thought-to-be superior Clan Jade Falcon. When combating the Inner Sphere, Clan Jade Falcon sticks to the honorable combat style expected of all clans, for good or ill. Clan Jade Falcon uses the common color of green on their mechs, usually as the main color, but oftentimes as a trim color over dark blue or gray. Some common mechs seen in action for Clan Jade Falcon are Kitfox and Adder, Stormcrow, Viper, and Black Lantern, Summoner and Hellbringer, Gargoyle and Turkina. If the strictest of military practice and enforcing the honor of the clans, inward and outward, to the barbaric Inner Sphere appeals to you, pick this faction. Also choose the Jade Falcons if you really enjoy bird-themed mechs. Clan Novacat has been spiritually focused since its inception, their Khan often disappearing to meditate and using their visions during this time to help in decision-making. Their actions are heavily influenced by their Oathmaster, sometimes more so than their Khan. This mysticism brought them great criticism from the other clans, but none of them would take action against the Novacats. These deep spiritual beliefs also brought a sense of happiness to each of the castes, bringing harmony to the clan. They also, much like the Diamond Sharks, had a strong merchant caste, leading the two clans to work well with one another. Most Clan Novacat forces use appropriate camouflage paint schemes. Some common mechs seen in action for Clan Novacat are Adder, Arctic Cheetah, and Kitfox, Shadowcat, Stormcrow, and Nova, Summoner and Timberwolf, Warhawk, and Kingfisher. Pick this faction if stepping away from the strict and logical forces of the other clans into something a bit more mystic and spiritual sounds interesting. Keep in mind, this is not a weak clan by any means. All of the clans mentioned in this video were strong enough to earn their place in Operation Revival. Clan Smoke Jaguar is one of the more violent clans. Not one to aid survivors and known for leveling entire cities without remorse, the name Smoke Jaguar brings with it an aura of fear. Favoring the warrior caste far above the other castes, the Smoke Jaguars did not consider colonization a priority, leaving them with a smaller number of resources for their lower castes to work from, leading them to gather most of what they needed by taking it by force from other colonies. The treatment of their non-warrior castes is terrible by all considerations, allowing them to starve for the benefit of the warriors and outright killing all dissenters, and sometimes their families when a message needs to be sent. This kept the Smoke Jaguars from keeping up with the other clans' advancements in technology and expansion, but made for the fiercest warriors any clan would be envious of. Clan Smoke Jaguar uses mostly gray with highlights of other colors, sometimes adding jaguar spot patterns. Some common mechs seen in action for Clan Smoke Jaguar are Arctic Cheetah and Adder, Stormcrow, Shadowcat and Mongrel, Mad Dog and Ebon Jaguar, Direwolf and Warhawk. Pick this faction if pure savagery and complete destruction of your enemies is what you are into. Clan Steel Viper believe they share the same exact vision as their founder, to retake the inner sphere from the chaotic Great Houses, in order to teach them a new way of life free from the control of its successor states, rather than rule over them as the other clans are prepared to do. The Steel Vipers, fearing the corrupting outside influence of the other clans straying from the true path of the founder, took an isolationist practice, only interacting outside their clan when absolutely needed. Clan Steel Viper often uses various metallic colors such as steel gray or gunmetal, highlighted with other colors, sometimes implementing a scale pattern similar to that of a snake. Some common mechs seen in action for Clan Steel Viper are Firemoth, Kit Fox, and Arctic Cheetah, Battle Cobra and Ice Ferret, Crossbow, Hellbringer, and Mad Dog, Gargoyle, and Warhawk. Pick this faction for their faithfulness to the true liberation of the Inner Sphere, or if you enjoy the concept of a quietly strong force, only showing up when required and demonstrating great skill before heading back into isolation. Clan Wolf is the inheritor of the genetic material and the blood name of the founder of the clans, Nicholas Kerensky. This has led to great jealousy amongst the clans, especially Jade Falcon. They're a larger, stronger clan with somewhat liberal attitudes to its non-warrior castes, able to develop their own technologies as well as quickly win others from outside clans allowed Clan Wolf to stay ahead of the game. Clan Wolf was also the most accomplished in the clan invasion, or Operation Revival, taking more worlds than any other clan before the clan's ultimate defeat in a proxy battle on Tukyid, where even then only Clan Wolf succeeded in all of its objectives. Clan Wolf tends to use earth tones of various shades of brown for their mechs, often with a lining of a brighter color such as red. Some common mechs seen in action for Clan Wolf are Adder and Mistlynx, Ice Ferret and Stormcrow, Timberwolf, Mad Dog and Summoner, Gargoyle, Warhawk, and Executioner. Pick this faction if you want your clan faction to be well-rounded with its politics and combat prowess, or if you want it to be among the most popular, fiction-wise. That about does it for this brief primer on the major clan forces. It could be argued there are other clans which may be bigger and more deserved of a place on this list. But keep in mind, this video is meant to cover the clan invasion era forces. There are so many more clans available, with great lore behind them, so please make sure you dig deeper than what is here, and you might find another force that inspires you more. Speaking of inspiration, I will emphasize there is no need to choose a canon force for gameplay purposes, and those listed here are only for inspiration. Great stories can play out on the battlefield in your games of BattleTech, but they need not include canon forces or have models painted as such. As always, thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed these videos and haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button and like button for this video and maybe leave a comment. If you didn't like this video, please leave some constructive criticism in a comment as well. You all take care now. We'll see you next time.